The train encounter. Mia Bennett was never late. Her life ran with the precision of the 7:15 a.m. train she took every weekday. Same seat by the window. Same almond milk latte from the cafe near her apartment. Same 5 minutes spent scrolling through emails before the commute. Routine was safe. Routine was predictable. Which was why, when her alarm failed to go off and she missed her usual train by a full 12 minutes, Mia felt the universe had personally betrayed her. She tapped her foot impatiently on the platform, glaring at the schedule board. The next train wasn't for another 20 minutes. Her presentation was at 8:30. Her boss would notice. "Next stop's not for a while," said a voice beside her. Mia turned. A man in a rumpled navy sweater stood there, holding two steaming paper cups. He had the kind of face that made you look twice. Not classically handsome, but interesting. Warm brown eyes, a faint scar above his eyebrow, and a smile that suggested he found life more amusing than it had any right to be. "Thanks," Mia said dryly. "I hadn't noticed." He laughed and phased. "Rough morning." "Worse." She had the cups in his hands. "Those both for you. One's an apology to my sister for forgetting her birthday." He held out the second cup. "But since she's not here, extra shot of espresso. You look like you need it more." Mia hesitated, then took it. The first sip was perfect, just sweet enough. "You're a barista, architect," he said. "But caffeine is my side hustle. I'm Nate." Against her better judgment, Mia found herself smiling. "Mia." The train arrived with a screech of brakes. They boarded together, and when Nate gestured to the empty seat beside him, she took that too. The conversation she expected: small talk. What she got was a debate about whether pineapple belonged on pizza. He was pro, she was violently against. A shared hatred of passive-aggressive office emails, and the startling realization that Nate had read every book on her favorites list. "You've read The Night Circus," Mia gaped. "3 times, Nate said, grinning. "I cry at the ending every." The train lurched, sending Mia sideways into his shoulder. "Sorry," she muttered, righting herself. Nate's grin turned sly. "You can stay there if you want." Mia rolled her eyes but didn't move away. The napkin too soon. The train slowed at Mia's stop. She stood, suddenly reluctant. Nate rummaged in his bag, pulled out a napkin, and scribbled something. "In case you ever miss your train again," he said, handing it to her. "A phone number." Mia bit her lip. She never did this. Never flirted with strangers, never risked disrupting her carefully ordered life. But Nate's eyes were crinkled at the corners, and her chest felt oddly light. "Same time tomorrow," she heard herself say. Nate's smile could have powered the train. "I'll bring the coffee." The routine upended. The next morning, Mia deliberately left her apartment 6 minutes late. Nate was waiting on the platform, 2 cups in hand. "Knew you'd come," he said, handing her a latte. "Shut up," she said, but her cheeks warmed. They fell into rhythm. Tuesday, he brought pastries. Wednesday, she stole his scarf and forgot to return it. By Friday, when the train stalled between stations, they were so absorbed in debating superhero movies that Mia didn't even mind the delay. "You're wrong," Nate said, pointing a croissant at her. "Iron Man 3 is underrated." Mia gasped in mock outrage. "We can't be friends." Nate leaned closer. "Who said anything about friends?" The air between them crackled. The misconnection. Then, on Monday, Nate wasn't there. Mia checked her watch, checked the platform, even asked the barista at the station cafe if she'd seen a disarmingly tall coffee thief. Nothing. Her stomach sank. "This is why you don't break routine," she scolded herself. But at 7:27 a.m., her phone buzzed. And no numbered "Sorry, client emergency in Chicago. Back Thursday. Don't let anyone steal my seat." Mia stared at the message, then saved the number as train boy. Epilogue. The new routine. 3 months later, Mia's boss commented on her newfound flexibility with mornings. She didn't explain. How could she? There were no words for the way Nate knew exactly when to make her laugh after a hard day, or how he'd started leaving sticky notes in her planner. "Eat lunch, rebel." No way to describe the thrill of stepping onto the platform, knowing he'd be there, grinning like he'd won the lottery, because in the end, it was simple. She'd missed a train, he'd given her a coffee, and somewhere between the delays and detours, they'd built a love story, one imperfect, glorious commute at a time.